Good day, students. Welcome to this physics lesson 1. So in today's lesson, we'll be looking at physical quantity and unit. So we'll look at what quantity is, what unit is, and their significance in physics. And also look at some examples of physical quantities. Now, a physical quantity or a quantity is the amount or numerical value of something that is measured. Alright, so when we talk about quantity, so what comes to the mind is measurement. So in physics, we deal with numbers a lot. Might have had things like mass, temperature, current. So all those are quantity. So and all those quantities, they have a numerical value. Alright, so imagine I tell you, okay, go to the tap and get me water. So the first thing that will come to your mind is what quantity, what amount of water, okay? Because it is something that can be measured. So in physics, anything that can be measured, okay, is a quantity. So that is what quantity is. Now, what is units? A unit is the standard of measurement that defines the quantity. So the unit defines the quantity. Now, let's say for example now, I give you different values like 20, 30, 1.5, minus 8. Now, all these are numerical values. Now, they don't make sense or they don't have any identity because there is no unit. Now, this is what happens. So now let's say I put cm. If I put cm, so what comes to your mind is that, oh, we're talking about length, okay? If I put kg here, so you now know that we're talking about mass. And if I put Kelvin, so it means we're talking about temperature. And if I put ampere, so it means we're talking about current. So all these values, they now have identity because of we have put units. So the unit defines the quantity. Alright, so let's look at the types of quantity we have in physics. We have two types. We have the fundamental quantity and the derived quantity. Now, why are they fundamental? Now, the fundamental quantity do not depend on other quantities. They do not depend. So that means they can stand on their own. Alright? While the derived quantities are the quantities that depend on the fundamental quantity. In fact, from the word derived, that means they are coined from somewhere. Now, the derived quantity are coined from combination of one or two fundamental quantities. So we join the fundamental quantity together to give us the derived quantity. We're looking at some examples on that. Now, what are the examples of the fundamental quantities? So I'm just going to mention the three. The basic three. We have the mass, we have the length, we have width, breadth, and then we have time. So for mass, the unit of mass is kilogram. That is the basic unit of mass. Now, but have it in mind that there are still other units of mass. Mass can be measured in grams. Okay. Mass can be measured in tons. All these and many more. All these are, other units of mass. But the basic unit of mass, is the kilogram, kg. Now, for length, width, and breadth, they are all measured in meters. So meters is their basic unit. So there are still other units of these quantities here, but the basic is meters. So we have centimeter, cm, we have kilometer, and so on. For time is measured in seconds. Time is measured in seconds. We have other units of times as well. We have the hour, we have milliseconds, we have minutes. But the fundamental or the basic units of time is in seconds. So what it means is that if you're solving physics problems, in physics, you should convert, if you're giving mass in kilogram, in gram, you have to convert that mass from gram to kilogram. That's what it means before you solve. If you're giving time in minutes, for example, let's say you have 4 minutes, you need to convert this minutes to seconds. So the conversion ratio is very important. How you convert, you also need to have knowledge of that, because all these are their basic units. Now let's look at some derived units. So for the derived units, we have some examples. We have speed, which is meter per second. And if you look at this, it is derived from a combination of length or distance and time. Okay, so we have distance meters, we have time seconds. So the second, we have acceleration, which is meter per second square. So you have distance also here, and then you have seconds with the square. Now for force is in Newton. All right, so force is in Newton, is a derived quantity also. Now the unit is in Newton. Now let me show you how you can derive the units of force, the SI unit of force. Now firstly, the first thing you need to know if you want to derive a unit of a quantity is you need to know the formula. So what is the formula for force? So force is mass times acceleration. Okay, now we know that mass is in kilogram, kg, okay, and acceleration. All right, I'm going to break down acceleration. I'm going to break it down. So for acceleration, we have velocity over time. All right. Now this velocity is in meter per seconds. Okay, and this time, make it this way: meter per seconds divided by time is in seconds. All right. So I'm going to bring down this mass kg. Okay. So from here, all right, so this becomes kg times meter per second. In mathematics, if you can change the division to multiplication, you're going to have times 1 over s. Now let's multiply this together. This is going to give us kg times m, okay, all over x times x. So that will give us equal to kg m, okay, all over x squared, or kg m per second squared. So this is the step for deriving a derived unit. All right. So there you have it. So now in this lesson you'll be able to understand what a quantity is. You've seen the significance of a unit. You've seen the different types of physical quantities, and you've also seen how to derive a derived unit. So thank you for watching. So make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe, and also share.